Sir, I apologise for your conviction.
You omitted wrongful, but thank you, that's very gracious.
I can't remember now, did they or didn't they have sex?
I don't remember either.
I don't think that they never showed you that they did. But there's something on that. There is something on that phone. Well, I'm assuming we'll find it. I'm assuming it's got something to do with maybe one of the other characters, maybe Vicky McClaw's character, something about her.
I don't know what phone she's got, but the battery must be good because she's got all those recordings, and she recorded the prison guy in a hotel.
Not only that, she's living in a one-room bedsit, but she's got that thing backed up on the cloud. I mean, she's got some money behind her.
Well, the broadband's good there.
Yeah.
Even though them drug dealers and prostitutes need good broadband.
Well, that's right. Yeah, they need a high level Wi-Fi.
Hi-Fi.
It's just incredibly solid. It knows exactly where it's going. It's almost as if it's known since series 1 what it was going to do.
I just love that scene where she saw the parole officer guy, whatever he was, coming in. It reminded me of the way she just completely assaulted her neighbour in that one.
Yeah, just out of the blue
but to be
and
fair,
completely calmly.
You're now pulling for her because he
and
was
this is
so
what we said, wasn't it? The way
you wanted her to do what she did.
The sympathy for her, and we said that when we started this series, that you don't know who to sympathise for in each episode. As you say, like Ted Hastings, who's the most sort of sympathetic character. Hang on, is he a bit dodgy now? He was the sort of only uncorruptible one, really, wasn't he? Like in the last series, he forewent like promotion, which would get him more money, and get him back in with his wife for like the truth, for thinking that Mark Bonner was guilty of certain things, and basically
the classic line was when DS Arnott said to him, "My private life is as less of interest as yours is," and Hastings betrays himself for a minute. What do you mean? I'm a married. Oh, you're a married man. Just that moment was brilliant as well. How dare you accuse me of something I haven't even thought about doing?
That's Jim McDonald.
Yeah, that's Jim McDonald.
I thought it was Jerry Adams.
They didn't stop to refresh you on the plot. Jed is unapologetic about moving this plot
all the stuff about the caddy, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. The 7th plot was, or the 8th or the 10th plot was Craig Parkinson setting Martin Compton up.
That's where we're heading. Is that he's now decided to twist the truth into making it look as if Martin Compton,
But is Martin Compton meant to be a Londoner in this? Because he always sounds a bit Scottish.
He did originally come from London in the first series.
Yeah. He's Scottish, isn't he, Martin Compton?
His voice doesn't know he's from London.
No, that's it. That's because they're setting him up for him to sound to it. That's the thing, isn't it? That Craig Parkinson's Northern, but he's putting on a Cockney accent, so he's setting it up for someone who's
that was a classic scene where Dot is standing there telling everybody about the characteristics of the caddy himself in front of a room of people and making it seem as if he knows everything about the caddy because he is the caddy.
The caddy is male. Given his lifelong links to organised crime, the caddy is almost certainly from a working class background and grew up in an urban environment. Given the history of his activities, starting from sometime between 2005 to 2010, according to the video statement by Tommy Hunter, the caddy is probably under 35. Given his access to confidential information regarding ongoing operations, the caddy is almost certainly a detective. His ability to manage communications without ever betraying his own identity implies a highly trained, highly sophisticated approach to covert operations that is associated with counter-terrorism. And lastly, Baines describes the caddy's voice as having a London or South East accent. As your bullet points.
That's brilliant writing.
Will Neil Morrissey be his downfall, though? That's the thing. He's
not got two phones. Basically, he was relying on the fact that he wouldn't listen to, he wouldn't bother listening to the thing, and he'd immediately destroy the chip. And he's got the original. He's kept his insurance policy. And we did see him go in there with a gun, so he knew that there wasn't a lot of trust there.
I just think it's just one of the best BBC dramas I've ever seen. I think it's so deep and dense with plot and twists and turns.
And
you
it-
can't
Is
take your
it
eyes
Lindsay
off the screen.
Denston? No, sorry, go on.
I'm going to leave that in just to embarrass you.
It now makes me really want to know what on earth. How on earth are you going to top this? How are you going to get there? How is Series 4 going to? And I just want to know. What's he going to do? Are we going to get the reveal of the caddy in this series or not?
I'm just absolutely still rubbing my hands together that Keely Hawes is in this, because I just think
It just took everything up when we saw her, and her performance in this episode was amazing.
But this might be her redemption. Maybe maybe it's her who finds out first that it is Craig Parkinson's the caddy, and he.
Well, and then he kills her.
Mm.
Oh, see there, I've just.
If you've spoilt it, I will kill you both.
Then you've just spoilt that. That could be the fifth series of Line of Duty. Someone on Periscope just asked, maybe I should go to the gym. Well, not right now. I'm recording a podcast.
Who said that, Gary?
I don't know. You can't really see the names of who it is.
Cowards.
I'll do The People Next Door because I didn't actually finish it. I found it very, very uncomfortable. I watched it at about 9 o'clock and I didn't like it. I liked the programme, but I didn't like the theme. I didn't like the... Oh, gosh.
So it had the right effects on you in a way.
That's fascinating.
Because I didn't really want to know where it was going. I kind of felt like I knew where it was going and I didn't want it to go there and stuff.
How far did you get?
I got up to the bit where she planted the nanny cam and I think
Oh,
the guy
God.
found the nanny cam. So it's about, 40 minutes in?
What, of a 55-minute programme?
You've done yourself a massive disservice.
No, I know,
there.
but I've deleted it from the hard drive as well. I know. I don't want to know the ending of that show. It affected me that much. I tried to get it out of my mind. I really can't explain it.
Oh my God. I'm amazed.
Whether
I'm
that's
absolutely
like a self-preservation
stunned.
thing, but I didn't want to know the ending.
Oh my God. And it's not even an ending we can spoil because it's so more... It's so
ambiguous.
better done than anything
it's on all
we...
four still, so I mean, if you're happy
Yeah, but you won't feel... You won't feel the need to
people
go
are
back.
saying that the ending... Apparently I need to learn perseverance. I can't even spell it, let alone learn it.
That was one of the most...
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, pleasant but unpleasant television experiences of the year, and if you got 40, if you think
I know
genuinely you got 40 minutes and
it's
you had
honest,
15 minutes
I'm not telling you I saw it, didn't see it, and then you go, in a reverse of Undercover, the second episode of Marcella was not as good, but I still think I'm going to keep going. There's still a good story. Basically, they introduced Jamie Bamber. He's now the lead investigator for the missing woman.
Oh, I find him really annoying.
I know
Wasn't he in Law and Order UK?
He was, but don't count.
I'm
that.
thinking of Jamie Foreman.
He was also in Battlestar Galactica, so don't hold that against. Anna Friel's character allegedly goes mad and attacks.
What's Anna Friel's
woman,
character called?
Marcella.
Oh, well done.
I know. I genuinely didn't know. I genuinely didn't know then, and I was thinking,
stupid.
I am, because I was going, well, I wonder if he's going to know this. Yeah. And I couldn't think of it.
I was just thinking someone on Periscope called me Hagrid, so...
I think you should come off Periscope, they're being mean.
I can handle a bit of mean, come on.
If I thought I was talking to Robbie Coltrane, I'd be a lot nicer to you.
There will not be another series of Cracker. In a very strange scene, she kind of followed her instincts and found the body of this woman that she allegedly attacked, and it was wrapped up in a plastic bag, similar to the way in which the killer of the investigation that they're investigating does things. So there's now this idea of, did she do it? Did the killer do it? So it's kind of gone in that direction. But I still think it's quite good. I still think Anna Friel's doing a good job. I still think the writing is there. I just think it's missing a little bit of finesse.
The writing's there.
I watched, the writing's there. They're not just making it up as they go along.
No, I mean, it's like it's there, but they're not quite. I don't know.
I watched it again. Well, not all the way, but I watched the majority of it again after listening to Gary's theories, and I was like, well, let's just see. And what really spoilt it for me, and I didn't talk about this at the time, everybody's just so horrible.
Like
everybody
the
is so
investigation.
horrible.
There's no good. I mean, you've got people being murdered, people stealing from each other.
No, I don't mean
leaving
that.
each
I mean
other.
that everybody is an arse.
Like the police, the police investigators.
Yeah,
even.
Joe, did you not expect to work today? When she says,
Yeah.
"Oh, do you want me to go?"
They're all
and then
very hostile.
Yeah, everybody's really paranoid and hostile and annoying. Sinead Cusack, as Matt says, ruins that whole side of the story for me because she's so terrible as that.
And she gets
female
even
boss.
worse in the second episode. She basically tells
Oh,
Jamie Bamber,
God.
"Don't you know who I am?"
Sinead Cusack, if he's meant
yeah.
to call it.
But she
She's
does
a
that whole.
Catholic,
She does
God.
that whole. He says, "Oh, we'll be investigating this as quickly as we can." She's like, "Well, what are you doing about it? I want to see your boss right now." She basically pulls the trump card, kind of thing.
Wow.
That sounds painful.
Sounds painful.
Yeah. Someone on Periscope is saying they're glad I'm sticking up for Marcella, and I will keep watching it. And I do think there is a decent story in this to be told, so I will keep watching.
Mine and Luke's pick of the week for last week, which was Scott and Bailey, and we tried to get Gary to watch this. This was the 5th series of Scott and Bailey, and he's not. Have you ever watched an episode, Gary?
No, I don't recollect watching any of it.
This is the first one where they've sort of done it a bit differently. Instead of doing like a 6 or 8-parter, they've condensed it down to a 3-parter, all focusing on the same story, which is to do with this sort of, is it online?
The dark net.
The dark net, where they sort of put a list of people up, and then some of them could be like victims and things like that, and
it seems to be like a map of somebody telling a killer to go and kill certain people.
yeah, and there's no reason or motive for some of these. They're just like random.
There appears to be no motive.
Rachel Bailey, that's Saran Jones's character, comes back from her Vice secondment and is sort of implanted as the head of what are they called?
What are
Syndicate
they called?
9?
Let's just Syndicate 9.
Yeah, Syndicate 9. That's it.
Syndicate
Hang on,
9.
look at him. He hasn't seen a single one.
Oh, no,
He's like, yeah,
I watched
Syndicate
it
9.
this
That's it.
evening. It's fresh
Yeah,
in me.
I watched this about 3 weeks ago, so my memory's
Yeah.
hazy at best.
And me about 2 weeks ago.
Do you want me to do the
No, because you'll go
it's-
so and thingy bob
Yeah,
and thingy
I
jig.
won't.
And her with the hair.
But she comes back, sort of takes over from Amelia Billmore's Jill, who sadly isn't in this series. She's the only sort of key missing part for me. Janet's sort of got a new partner, younger girl, who we later find out is a lesbian. Little fact for you there.
Fact fans.
Fact fans. And Janet's basically in this. It's a sort of new sort of balance of power where Rachel's the boss and Janet's sort of almost like a subordinate, and their relationship starts a bit uneasy. And then,
they don't come together immediately as
No,
we like
no.
them. They're distant from one
and
another,
then
aren't they?
there's also another storyline involving Janet's daughter Tazy. She has got another daughter, but they seem to forget about her in this series.
She's
she
got,
gets a
what's
bit
it
Chris
name?
Brody.
That's what I was going to say, Chris Brody, yeah.
That's the sort of watermark of the forgotten child is Chris Brody from Homeland. Tazy sort of got involved with this this young lad, and there's a drugs charge against her, but then it turns out that there's inappropriate pictures she's taken, and because she's 16 and he's 15, she could get charged with distributing explicit images.
Indecent images of Tazy's boyfriend,
Sam?
have been found on a phone, and a few of them have made their way onto social media.
What sort of images?
Explicit pictures of him naked and of his genitals, of him aroused.
Stop. That's awful.
They're only photos. They're going out together. This is what kids do, don't they?
He's only 15.
She's only 16. They're in the same year at school.
Because Tazy is 16, the police have to be seen to be complying to government guidelines. So the case has been forwarded to safeguarding, and once they've taken a look at it, it won't, but it could be sent to the Serious Sexual Offences Unit.
This is mad.
For possession and distribution of indecent images of a child under 18. Common sense is going to kick in. Safeguarding is going to take one look at this case and throw it out.
I really liked it. I don't know whether that's to do with the plot or to do with the characters. I've not quite made my mind up. I think I need to watch another one. There was very much, now I don't remember the name of the series, but I remember the name of the character, Jane Tennyson.
Prime Suspect.
Thank you. It felt a little Prime Suspect because you had the main character, Saran Jones. Is she Bailey or Scott?
Bailey. Rachel Bailey.
Because in the way in which she'd been promoted as the lead woman of a team, I know obviously she'd got history with that team, unlike Jane Tennyson, but there felt like that was that kind of